Very good afternoon and a warm welcome to every one of you. Hope you're all doing fine. Thank you all for your presence and your patience for taking time and registering in our workshop series because your participation means a lot to us here at Manage Engine. I believe my voice is audible and the screen is well and clear. If not, kindly let me know through the chat window. So during this course of session, if you face any network difficulties, if you cannot hear my voice, or if you cannot see the screen, kindly ping us through the chat window. Let me introduce myself. My name is Annapurna and I'm a product architect here at Manage Engine AD Manager Plus team, and I'm your presenter for the day. So today is the last workshop of this AD Manager Plus series, and in today's session we will be looking about automation. So how do I automate certain critical Active Directory tasks? In other words, say, how do I perform certain repetitive tasks that are crucial to my organization? It can be cleaning up of Active Directory, or it can be user provisioning, or it can be anything related to your Active Directory task. So this is what we're going to see today: automation for critical Active Directory routines, setting up of iOS and Android apps, and some troubleshooting tips. Let me quickly give you a recap of what we have seen in this series. So in workshop number 1, we have seen how you can perform an on-the-go management with the help of reporting. Say if you want to get a report based on a group or for a particular manager. So without having to write any PowerShell script or without having to write any queries, you can just simply select the group or the manager, or based on your requirement, you just have to choose appropriate options and then hit generate button to get your report ready. You can export it in the format that you want. And also we have seen how you can efficiently provide access using group membership, and how you can efficiently manage your file server permissions. And in week 2, we have seen how you can provide granular OU or role-based Active Directory delegation. Say for example, you want to delegate certain tasks to your IT technicians or for your HR people to just reset a password or to create the user account or just to unlock the user account. So you can delegate such tasks to your IT technicians using AD delegation tab. And also we have seen how you can set a standardized structure for your organization with the help of workflow. How do I provide a ticket-based help desk workflow for performing Active Directory operations? So you make your HR people or IT technician a requester, and they raise a request, and you as an administrator can review it and approve it and then execute it. And in the next week, we have seen user provisioning techniques with the help of templates and a CSV file. So you don't have to fill in the mandatory values or the basic values for all the attributes again and again. You just have to create a template, which is going to be a one-time process, and then you create the user accounts with the help of CSV file. And in the previous week, in week 4, we have seen how you can efficiently manage the existing users in your Active Directory. If you want to perform a bulk reset password or bulk change of any particular attribute in your Active Directory, so you can perform all that from a single console. So in today's session, we will be seeing these topics. So at the first, we'll be seeing how you can automatically provision user accounts as per the details given by your HR executive. And then if you want to perform a cleanup activity, you may want to follow a sequence of steps. At first, say you want to disable the user account who are inactive for n number of days, say 60 days or 90 days. And then after a week or after a month, you want to remove their group membership, or you may want to move them to another organizational unit. And then after another week or another month, you want to delete those user accounts. So straight away you don't delete the user accounts who are inactive for a certain period of time. Instead, you want to follow the sequence of steps. So instead you're doing it manually. So say for example, disable the user accounts who are inactive for a particular number of days, and then after 7 days you want to remember that you need to remove their group membership or delete them. So instead doing all that, you just have to configure it in AD Manager Plus. And also, the next thing is how you can provide temporary access for users to business data by modifying the group membership. So providing access to a particular data with the help of group membership is not a big deal, but the problem arises when you forget to revoke those permissions. Say, for example, you hire an employee on a contract basis. So you provide them access, you want to provide them access for only 30 days. And later on, if they change to another team or you remove their, if they get rejected or something, then you need to revoke their permissions. So you can configure that in AD Manager Plus, and AD Manager Plus will do it for you automatically. And now let's say, for example, you have multiple domain controllers in your Active Directory domain, and if you want to get the reports with multiple DC accuracy, let's say, for example, you want to get the logon time for each user account. So logon time does not replicate, and hence you have to rely on the logon timestamp, or you have to go and check in every domain controller. So we have such reports for you from where you can get the reports by taking the values from all the domain controllers and providing you with the accurate value for that attribute. And the next thing is, how do I perform or how do I make use of the mobile apps provided in AD Manager Plus? Let's say, for example, you are not present at your office, but somebody calls you and says his account has been locked and you want to unlock the user account, or you want to reset the password. So you're not at your desk, but you want to perform the operation. So you can perform it with your mobile app if you have a VPN configuration, or even within your building premises if you are somewhere else and you want to perform this operation of unlocking the user account or resetting the password. You can do it with the help of your mobile app. Okay, and the last topic for today is going to be this. So we will be seeing some troubleshooting tips if at all you encounter any issue when you use AD Manager Plus. Okay, so having said that, let me take you to the application. So this is my local instance. If you have AD Manager Plus configured at your end, you can very well make use of that. Otherwise, I'll be sharing a link in your chat window. Kindly look at your chat window for the URL. So admp.cloudapp.net. So this is going to be the URL for the test lab that we have set up and hosted online. So if you do not have AD Manager Plus instance running at your machine, you can kindly make use of this particular AD Manager Plus application. The username for logging into the application is admin, and the password is workshop with W in uppercase. So kindly make sure that you log in using AD Manager Plus authentication domain. This is going to be a local authentication, not the domain authentication. So kindly log in using AD Manager Plus authentication. Okay, so let me log into my application. So as you all know, when we log in, you'll be welcomed with the product dashboard, and now we will be focusing on automation. So as a first step, I need to create an automation. So I'm going to create an automation that create user accounts as per the details that I provide in a CSV file. Okay, go to Automation tab, and then choose Automation, and then click Create New Automation. Let me name this automation as user creation. So you can even choose the category if you want to perform any other operation regarding computer, group, or contact. You can do that as well. So now it's going to be user automation, and if you want to be very particular with where you create the user account, you can even choose that particular domain in that particular organizational unit. Okay. And the next step is to choose the task. So I'm going to create the user account. Just click this create users. And now you can see I need two things right now. So I need a template and I need a CSV file. If you have attended the previous session, you would have known how to create a template and how to create a CSV file. I'm going to give you a quick recap of how you have to create a template. So this could be a quick deviation from creating this automation, but I bet this is going to be a very useful tip. So go to AD Management tab, click this tab, click User Management, and then click User Creation Template. So right now I'm going to create a template with the name, say, template for HR. Okay, so I'm going to click this link, create new template, that you can see on the right side of the screen. Okay, so this is going to be a basic console, a basic layout on which you can enter the default values or the attributes to be sent to your Active Directory and all that. Okay, let me name this template, say template for HR, or if you're creating it for, say, sales team, so sales department template, you can choose the domain over here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the logon name format. So my logon name format is going to be first name dot last name. And you can even choose the container in which you want to create this user account. This will list all the user accounts, all the organizational unit present in your domain. If you want to create new one, you can always click this link, create new one. But make sure that you create the user account under a proper organizational unit or under the root domain, and you can give your name here and hit create. Right now I'm going to choose this admin organizational unit and then hit OK. And you can even set the password for the user accounts. Browse to account tab. So you can choose in what format you want to set the password. You want AD Manager Plus to generate the password for you, or if you want to enter the password, you can type in the password here, or if you want it to be the same as user logon name, you can make this option selected, or you can even leave the password blank. And if you want to set the account properties, you can do that as well. So since I'm going to provide password for this user account, I want to make sure that this particular user account must change the password at next logon. And if you want to set any logon restrictions to a particular computer or logon hours restriction, so making particular time in which the user cannot log into their systems. So when it is grayed out at this particular day, at this particular time, this user account cannot log into their machine. So the logon permission will be denied. Okay, so you can even provide the profile path, home folder, and all that. So if you want to provide any exchange related attributes, just move to the exchange tab, choose mailbox enabled user, choose your exchange server. You can even provide the email alias, simple display name, and if you want to set any delivery restrictions or if you want to set any policies, you can set all that under exchange tab. Okay, I'm going to create a simple user account, so I'm just going to set it as no mail. And if you want to set any link related properties, browse to the Skype tab, OCS link Skype tab. And if you want to set any custom attribute, you can do that as well. And if you have Office 365 configured, just move to the Office 365 tab and then you can even choose the licenses over here. Okay, so let me just save this template. Since I'm creating this template for sales, I'm going to choose the department as sales. Move to Contact tab, choose the department as sales, and now I'm going to save this template. So this template can be used any number of times. So next time when you want to create the user account for sales department, you don't have to go and choose this department as sales, or if you set the manager in this template, then you don't have to choose the manager again using this template. So everything will be set in this template, the default values. So you just have to reuse it again. Okay, now moving to automation tab. Let me click create new automation. Let me name this as user creation. Okay, I'm going to choose create users task. And I'm going to choose my template, sales department template. And now I need to provide the location where I'll be saving my CSV file. Kindly make sure you provide the shared path location for where you will be saving your CSV file. So this is where I'm going to save my CSV file. So open up your notepad and then save this file with the extension .csv. So I've already created a CSV file, create users.csv, and I've saved it in my shared location. You just have to provide the LDAP name and the value for each user account. If you want to create n number of user accounts, just provide the values one line after the other and then save this in .csv file. Okay, and the next thing is select only the appended objects from the file. So now when I create this automation task will take user accounts from this particular CSV file. And later on, if I set it like it should run weekly, so the next week when it runs, when this option is selected, this automation task will take user accounts from this CSV file other than these two user accounts. So it will only take the appended values from this CSV file. If this is not selected, if this option is not selected, then it will take all the values from your CSV file. Okay, let me make this selected. And now, let's say for example, since I make this automation to run every week, I do not want my HR people to enter the value every week and create some random users or invalid users. So how do I prevent from creating the user accounts directly? How do I prevent my HR people from creating the user accounts directly, but they should raise as a request instead? So one thing you can do is you can implement business workflow in this automation. I hope if you have attended the previous session, you would have known what workflow is. So if you just select this option, this particular task of creating this user account will be raised as a request. Instead executing the task, AD Manager Plus will raise this particular automation as a request. Then you as an administrator can log into your AD Manager Plus and then execute this particular operation. If you think the values are there, the invalid values are there, then you can simply reject that particular task. Okay, so I'm going to select this implement business workflow and I'm going to set the time, say weekly, Monday at 10 a.m. If you hit save and run, this automation task will run immediately and then it will execute every Monday at 10 a.m. Okay, let me choose this as 10 a.m. If you just hit save, then this this particular automation task will run at every Monday at 10 a.m. I'm going to hit save. So now you can see that this automation is created successfully. And now if you want to run this automation task at any point of time, you can always go ahead and click this run now button. Okay, let me click this run now button. Now you can see that the automation has started executing. And if you want to view the result for this particular operation, you can always go ahead and click this icon, execution history. And now you can see that this particular task has been executed and it is waiting to be executed since I created it to implement the business workflow. Let me click this request ID and now we can see that there are two objects waiting for the creation process to be taken. So as you can see here, the sales department template is applied and you can see the naming format applied over here and the logon hours applied and all that. Okay, if you think this particular request is a valid request, then go ahead and now you can review it since this workflow configured here follows requesters, reviewers, approvers, and executors. And if you have just requesters and executors, execute button will be shown here and you can execute it straight away. Or if you think it is an invalid request, you can just hit this cancel button. Okay, so this is how your automation task will run. So every week at the time specified, this automation task will fetch the values from this CSV file and it will create a request for creating your user accounts. Okay, let me move to the next task for today. How do I perform the cleanup operation in my Active Directory? Okay, let me go to Automation tab Like I said, I want to follow a sequence of steps when I perform this automation. First, I want to disable the user account, and then after 7 days, I want to remove their group membership, and then after 7 days, I want to delete those user accounts. Okay? So for which you need to create an automation policy. So under automation tab, you can see a sub-tab, automation policy. So by default, ID Manager Plus provides you with provisioning and deprovisioning policy. Let me create a new policy. Click this link, create new automation policy. Let me name this as remove stale accounts. And this is going to follow the category of user automation and in the domain Ajax. Now as an instant task, I need to disable the user accounts. Choose the operation as disable users, and I'm going to add a successive task. So after 7 days, I'm going to choose this operation of removing the group membership. I'm going to clear away all the existing group membership, or if you want to be very particular, then you can always go ahead and click this plus icon and choose the groups to be removed from the user account. Okay, I'm just going to click this option, clear all existing groups. And once this successive task is done, once I remove the group membership, I want to move this particular user account to another organizational unit. Then I'm going to choose another task, move users, and then click this pencil icon. So this will list all the organizational unit present in your domain. So let's say I'm going to move it to time change and hit OK. So once this is done, so if you want to regenerate the report for this operation to take place, let's say I've disabled a particular user account based on, say the particular user account has been inactive for 30 days and hence I disabled this user account. And now after 7 days, in between this period, if that particular account is enabled manually by your technician or by you as an administrator, and now you do not want to clear their group membership or remove their user accounts. So you have to regenerate this report again. So if you want to regenerate this report again, just choose this option. And hence, the user account enabled by you manually will not be removed with their group membership or will not be moved to another organizational unit. And I'm going to add another task. So after 7 days, I'm going to delete this user account. So this is how I'm going to deprovision my user account. Disable the user accounts who are inactive for 30 days, and then after 7 days, remove their group membership and clear, and then move them to another organizational unit, and then after 7 days, delete those user accounts. Now I'm going to hit save. Now the next thing is to map this automation policy with your automation. I'm going to create a new automation. Let me name this automation as deprovisioning. So this is going to follow user automation category, and then I'm going to choose the automation policy, remove stale accounts, and then I'm going to choose the user account from my report. Just select this option. So I need to get the user accounts who are inactive for last 30 days. You can even exclude the disabled user accounts or user accounts who have never logged in. And now I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to run this automation task every month on 30th at 10 a.m. in the morning. Okay, now I'm going to hit save. So you can always go ahead and click this execution history icon and then view the result over here. So this is how you can perform deprovisioning of your stale accounts in Active Directory. You don't have to keep track of the enable user accounts or disable user accounts, clearing their group memberships and all that. You just have to create automation policy and then map it with your automation. Now moving to the next task for today, how do I provide temporary access for users to business data by modifying their group membership? So similarly, you need to create an automation policy. Let me go to automation policy tab and then create new automation policy. So this is going to be temporary access to data. So the first task is to provide group membership for my user account. So the first task, the first instant task is going to be add to a particular group. Click this plus icon. Let's say I'm going to add it to these two particular group and then hit OK. And after 30 days or after 60 days, I'm going to choose the task as remove from group and then choose those particular groups. Click this plus icon and then choose those groups and then hit OK. So this is how you can provide access to a particular data by adding the users to a particular group and then removing them from those group after 30 days. So you don't have to keep reminding that you need to remove their group membership after 30 days. You don't have to keep track of the contract employees. So AD Manager Plus will do it for you. Hit Save button. And now map this automation policy with your automation. Move to Automation tab and then click Create New Automation. I'm going to name this Temporary Access to Business Data. Choose the automation policy and now you can choose your report. Let's say I'm going to provide this for a particular group members or for any from this user report. Let's say I'm going to choose it for a particular enabled user. You can even add condition over here. Let's say you want to choose the user account whose OU name is a particular thing, whose OU name contains. So let's say, for example, you have an organizational unit with the name contract employee or say temporary employees. So I'm going to add the condition that OU name should contain the word temporary. So you can provide conditions over here for your reports and then hit OK. So when this automation task runs, it will fetch report. It will fetch the data from your report, or if you want to provide the data manually with the help of CSV file, you can do that as well. And after that, it will apply this automation policy. Let's say I want to run it daily. I'd say 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so likewise, if you want to add photos for your user account, so AD Manager Plus lets you manage the user's photo using automation. Let me show you how. Click Create New Automation and I'm going to name this as Change Photo. So this is going to be user automation and I'm going to choose the task Manage Users Photos. And in here, you need to provide the folder path wherein you have saved the images of the user accounts. So you can just save the user accounts image in JPG or PNG file and you can just locate them using any of these patterns. So when you save the image in this particular folder, you just have to make sure that you save the photo, you save the JPG or PNG file with the display name. Or if you want to change this, just click this icon and then you can choose the display name, or you can change it to SAM account name, or you can even change it to any combination. You can even provide a custom file name pattern. I'm going to provide display name. Okay, so now I'm going to provide the path. So this is where I'm going to store my images. Let me show you where I've saved my images. So I've saved my .jpg file in here and the display name is Ajax admin. And now I'm going to choose it from enable users report and hit OK. And I'm going to run it daily at 10 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to hit save and run. So now you can see that this automation is successfully created and it has started running. Let me click this execution history. Okay, let me click this ID. Let me view this object. And now we can see that this photo has been successfully set for my user account. And now let me just go back and verify whether this photo has been successfully added to my account. Let me go to AD Management tab, User Management, and then you can click this link, Manage User Photos. So in here you can specify how you want to locate a particular option when you go ahead and search for user account. And once you're done, if you want to import the photos in bulk, you can even click this link, provide the folder path, or you can even manually select the photos. Let me go ahead and check for my user account, which is Jax Admin. And now you can see here, this photo has been successfully set for this particular user account. You can change it or crop it, or if you want to remove it, just click this button, remove. Hit OK, so the photo will be removed from your user account. So this is how you can make use of automation and automation policy to perform your certain repetitive and monotonous task in your Active Directory. Now moving to the next topic for today, how do I ensure accuracy in multiple domain controllers? Let me go to AD reports, and in here, let's say for example, I want to find the last login time for my user account. Like I said, logon time is not a replicable value, and hence you need to keep track of timestamp which is replicated based on 14 days or the days you configure. But what AD Manager Plus will do is it will fetch the value from all the domain controllers and will provide you the latest timestamp. Okay, let me click this real loss logon report, and in here you can even choose for you can click this advanced filter, and then you can even choose whether you want to get a particular group's user or for the user account in a particular organizational unit. Right now I'm just going to hit generate. As you can see, this domain contains only one domain controller, but if you have multiple domain controller, it will fetch values from all the domain controllers and you will be provided with the last logon time. So this is how you can make sure that the report provides you accurate values when you have multiple domain controllers in your organization. So now moving to the next task, how do I perform AD operations with the help of mobile apps? So AD Manager Plus provides you um, iPhone apps, iOS apps, and Android apps. If you want to get it installed in your mobile, just go to Home button. There you can find the link that you can get from Play Store if you have an Android mobile, or if you own an iPhone, then you can click this iPhone app. So you can get it from iTunes. So once you install this app in your mobile, when you open it, so this will be the first screen. So you need to configure the server settings. So enter the name of the server where you have installed AD Manager Plus, and then configure the port at which AD Manager Plus is running. So once you configure the server settings, you have to provide the username and password just like you log in using a web console, and then log into the mobile application. So this is what is shown here. If you own an iPhone, create user option is provided in iOS app, but this is not supported in Android apps, so it will be released soon. So for iOS app, create user option is provided. And apart from that, you can get all the user reports, computer reports, and all that. And after that, you can even get the workflow request, all the requests or requests created by you or the request assigned to you. So you can get an overview of what are all the requests assigned to you. So once you click this all users or all computers or any of this report, So the values based on that report will be listed here. So you can see here all the users are listed here, and if you want to make any management operation on this user account, just select this checkbox, or if you want to get the detail of a particular user account, just click any of the user account and you will get the user details like this: the SAM account name, the logon name, employee ID, and all that. All the basic attributes you will be seeing here. And if you want to perform any bulk operations, just choose the user accounts here and you can perform enable, disable, unlock the user account, reset password, or delete the particular user account, or you can even modify the group membership. And if it is for a computer, then you can enable, disable, reset the computer and all that. So once you choose a particular operation, you can get the status right away, whether it is successfully modified or it encountered any error. And if you want to modify the group membership of the user account, you just have to go ahead and select the groups. So when you click this add to, this will list all the groups present in your domain, and you can choose the groups from that list and hit update to add the user account to a particular group or remove them from a particular group or set primary group for this particular user account. So when you have any request assigned to you, you want to have a look at all the requests raised. So just click all requests on your home screen. So this will list what are all the requests raised. Or if you just go and have a look at the request assigned to you, then those requests will be listed here. And you can just select this checkbox and then execute it, or if you are a reviewer, you can review it, or if you are an approver, you can approve it. So this is how the details of that particular request will be shown: the subject, the description, the priority, created time, the status, and the details of those particular requests. If you want to view the object, just click this link and you can view the objects that are to be modified in this particular operation. And if you want to execute it, so you can see the execute button over here. So you can execute this operation right away from your mobile app. And now if you own an iPhone, if you have iPhone app, then you can create the user account from your mobile. So these are the tabs. So this is going to be the template that you have seen during the creation process. So you can choose the template over here and those respective tabs will be listed here. You can enter the basic general attribute details, account details, contact details, and all that. So once you enter all those details here, just click this tick mark. So this will create the user account in your Active Directory. Okay, so this is all about the mobile apps. So now moving to the last task for today. So I'll be showing you how you can make use of the troubleshooting tips that we provide in AD Manager Plus. So in the process of using AD Manager Plus, if you encounter any error, so by default, when you install AD Manager Plus and start it for the first time, this will automatically discover the domain in which that particular machine is present. If you happen to see no domains discovered, then what should be the cause? So you can see a link, help link, that you can see on the top right of the screen. Just click this link. So this is where you can get all the reference to AD Manager Plus, and in there you can see the troubleshooting tips. So like I said, under domain settings, if you encountered any problem, like it says no domain configuration available, so what could be the possible reasons? So upon starting, it did not discover the domain. So it could be because of a DNS problem, or the machine that you install AD Manager Plus is not connected to a network and all that. If domain controllers are not resolved, then you can even manually add the domain controller. Or this may be because the firewall has been enabled or the network is busy and all that. And if you encountered any error during any management operation, say for example, error in setting the password. So this could be because the domain policy that you have configured, the password policy for the domain that you have configured could differ with the password that you enter for a particular user account. And if at all you encountered any issue regarding Active Directory reports, so you can always go ahead and have a look at the error code provided. Let's say this is the error code that you encountered. This could be because the network path is not found or the remote server path is not accessible. When you get permission denied or error when you perform any operation, so this could be because when you delegate a particular role to your technician, you could have disabled that particular technician from manipulating or changing a particular attribute. So you can always go ahead and have a reference for any issue that you encounter in AD Manager Plus under this help link. So this is all for today. Let me quickly give you a recap of what we have seen today. So we have seen how you can create an automation with the help of a template for creating the user account and a CSV file. So you have to create an automation task wherein you specify the template and the location of the CSV file and then specify the values in your CSV file. And you can even perform the cleanup of your stale accounts by defining an automation policy wherein you state what task to be done after how many days and after what task. And we have seen how you can provide temporary access for users to business data and how to ensure accuracy when you have multiple domain controllers configured in your domain. And we have seen the AD Manager Plus mobile apps and some troubleshooting tips. So if you have any queries, kindly pick me through the chat window, or you can even contact us through support@admanagerplus.com. If you have any queries, if you want any feature to be included in AD Manager Plus, you can raise it as a feature request to our team with this mail ID. So kindly mail us any queries you have to this mail ID, support@admanagerplus.com. So thank you so much for joining us in our workshop series. So this is the last workshop of this series. Thank you so much. If you want any other topics to be covered in our upcoming workshops, kindly let us know either through the chat or through this mail ID so that we can include it in our forthcoming workshops. So this is all for today. Thank you so much for joining and have a good day.